It is I, Tony fucking Lee. I wanted to talk about something that I've actually overcame, and I battled with this for over a decade. I would always compare myself to other people, especially the people my age, and this happened at all ages throughout my life. When I was in primary school and kindergarten, when I was in high school, I'd always be comparing myself to my other fellow students and my friends and seeing like what they were good at, and instead of doing the things that I wanted to do or looking at my own talents and my own success, I always didn't feel like I was good enough, and I always get validation from other people. And I would always use other people around me and their validations and their benchmark as my own benchmark in life. And this also happened towards after high school as well, when I was really starting to figure out who I was as a person, understanding what I liked, what I disliked, what my goal was, what my future that I wanted to make myself for myself was going to look like. And so I compare myself to other successful YouTubers or entrepreneurs or people just doing creative shit or just living a life that where they can travel around and enjoy, and they're not constantly stressed and constrained with their location and their jobs. And I would get really fucking jealous. And I would always compare myself, and it just stressed me out. I remember looking at YouTubers who were my age, like earning like so much more money, living the lifestyle I wanted. I'd get jealous, and I would take no action about it, and I just make myself feel even more shit. And when I'm thinking about it now, I don't know when the actual switch happened, but the last at least year or so, coming to London on my own was kind of the catalyst, and was kind of the final moment I took off the mask and started to actually become myself and live on my own accord and not care about what other people are doing. In fact, I've actually gotten a lot of people who feel probably pressured by the way I'm living my life and my standards. My colleagues, and I've actually had people from like my past hit me up or just stuff like that. They'll make sly comments, and then I look at them and I'm like, damn, I used to really fucking care about your opinions, and I used to compare myself to you guys. And this is not to say like you should be fucking getting your validation from seeing other people that are doing maybe worse than you or just living a life that you don't live. But I'm just saying it works both ways. Comparing yourself, comparison, and if you're doing that right now, I just want to let you know there's zero point in doing that. We've all got a different path for ourselves. We've all got different goals and a future that we all envision. Some people want to get married early and start a family. I thought that's the person I was, but again, I don't know if that was because I was comparing my life to my parents in a way, because they had me when they were pretty young, and I thought that was the way to live. But like, I'm in my mid-20s now, and I don't think like that. I think I'm at least a decade away. I would always tell myself I want kids in my late 20s, but I think early 30s, because I have too many things that I want to achieve and I'm nowhere near there yet. And I think after I achieve a certain goal, I'd want to indulge and enjoy that moment. Then I think I'd have another goal. I'm just very goal orientated. And if I'm not working towards something like a physical goal, I guess, or maybe I have too many goals right now that I still haven't yet to tick off. And once I do, I'll be ready to settle down and really just focus on a family, which I do want one day. But again, it's great that I know what I want, and it's not based on what other people are doing around me. I think some people can feel pressured. I hear a lot of people getting to their late 20s, especially from women. If they don't have a kid yet, they don't have someone or like a life partner that they can settle down with, like they start stressing, or they might see themselves as like lower or lesser than. And I guess that's the blessing of being a man, right? Because we don't have like the internal biological clock, I guess. But it's just important to be positive and know where you're heading, and that's all that matters. If you're in your 20s and you're still living a life where you're comparing yourself, because I'm a bit more understanding. When you're in school, there's like that weird game, you have to try and fit in and not look like an outlier. I get it, because you're forced to hang out with those sort of people. And if you do feel different and you realize that, and if you're in school, then I would tell you not to fucking cave into other people's expectations. But if you're past that phase and you're 20, you've got a lot more freedom now, but you still have less responsibilities, and figure out what you want to do for yourself. Stop comparing yourself, stop judging yourself to other people's success or failures. It honestly doesn't matter. I would sometimes do that and see where I was at, and then compare myself with my friends after high school, and I'd sometimes make myself feel better because I'm like, oh wow, I'm actually really in a good situation in life in comparison to my friends, which is a fucking disgusting trait. I think maybe seeing where other people are and like judging that and judging your life in comparison to them isn't always a bad thing, but when you start to feel good about the fact that you're better than someone else's situation, like it's irrelevant. It honestly doesn't matter. You know, if it's not helping me improve my life, then I shouldn't feel like this sort of emotion where I'm looking down on people. And so I'd look down on people, and then I'd also look. I feel like I was inferior because then I look at the people who were actually living the life I wanted. So, and that didn't get me anywhere. I could have used it to base their lives and model my life, but I never really did. I'd always get in like this self-pity mode and make myself even feel even more worthless and get into a negative thought loop. But I think leaving an environment, or leaving a location or a group of friends, or just changing it up and taking yourself out from the environment where you're in this negative state and putting yourself in a completely new environment where you have to learn again and change your ways of living, your adaptations. That's really helped me coming to London, not knowing anyone here, having a fresh perspective, having no one else that I should be insecure about or thinking about. It's all on me now. And since I'm only here for a limited amount of time, I really puts into perspective on the actions that I'm taking and who they're for. Is it for myself, or is it to impress someone else? And that's one thing I'm really proud of, is I've got a clear goal for myself and a clear future, and I know where I'm heading, and it's very different. You know, most people, when I tell them I want to be a YouTuber, I want to earn an online income so I can travel around the world whenever I want, like, I don't think people like understand or relate. And that's fine, but in the past, that would really make me feel shit. And I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, what am I doing? Like, it's not what the normal thing is to do. Society doesn't think that's right because no one else is doing it. And I start doubting myself, and that's not the point in life. The point in life is to do what you want, guys. Achieve your goals, your dreams. And everyone has a different goal and dream, but we all got to take the necessary steps and the actions. And that's why I make these videos for you guys. And that's what my coaching's for as well. So if you're interested in taking action, beating procrastination, the link is there. But yeah, stop comparing yourself to other people's dreams, their lives, their expectations, and start living life in your own accord. It is I, Tony fucking Lee. Good night.